What is it called again? Yeah, Silver Palace feels like that game that's like, oh my goodness, it looks so hype, looks so amazing. And then when you actually play it, like, not that many play. Is that Ayato? Not that many people gonna keep to it that long. It just doesn't feel like it has lasting power, I guess. AOS 2 years, I'll give it that. Longer than 1 year? Yeah. It just doesn't feel like it would be long lasting. Like people talking about like, oh my goodness, the mounts look so cool. And it's like, okay, I guess, but like, I feel like everything in that game, it feels like, oh, this is cool for like 20 minutes, and then like, that's it. Not to try to be, not to be mean or anything, you know. That's just how I feel. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about right now. Silver Palace. That was a good trailer. The frick? What kind of bootleg Persona music? You got good character designs. 2 million views. I mean, people are definitely gonna try the game out. But considering this this company's track record, I wouldn't hold your breath. This game looks cool though. No, it does. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't look cool. All I'm saying is like I don't think it's gonna last. That's the only thing I'm saying. I think it'll be fun for like a month maybe. Just don't think it's gonna last. Because again, this is the Tower of Fantasy devs. I don't trust them. Okay, we can take one more look at Silver Palace. I'm not gonna watch the whole trailer again because I already watched it. Here it is. But like it has cool things, right? Like I think vibes, the vibes are immaculate in this game, right? It definitely has like the feeling it's going for, like this kind of like almost like the not Dark Souls, but the other one in that series. But yeah, you got that detective vibe, like the Victorian era. People like these mounts, which is pretty cool. But and like yeah, like this part is like kind of neat. It's just like, oh my goodness, this is how you start fights. But like I'm thinking, see, this because the only thing I'm thinking is like, isn't this gonna get tiring after a while of like always having to start fights like this? You know what I mean? It's like kind of cute when like you're just kind of doing it for the first time, but like after number 50 of doing this, isn't this kind of gonna get tedious? Code Vein, heavy Code Vein, yeah. The other game we looked at just now also had the heavy Code Vein vibes. What was that one again? I just forgot the name immediately. Duet Night Abyss. Yeah, Duet Night Abyss also has Code Vein vibes.
I need an assistant.
And yeah, and her animations look cool too. Like this looks cool for sure. Yeah, it just won't last. That's the problem. None of this feels like it has lasting power. Like nothing in this game is just like, oh, this would last. Also, these shooting animations look really bad. I'm sorry for being so critical, but like, this looks like default Dan like shooting. Like this looks like freaking like I don't know, like Power World. It looks like they've got this animation from Power World, who also got their animation from something else, which is so weird because the actual like slashing animations look cool. Like these physical combos look cool, minus the FPS drops, but whatever. The physical combos look cool. I don't know why the shooting looks so bad.
You're not welcome in Sulvernia. Do not talk to the detective with that.
Animation looks nice though.
Oh,
For the cutscenes,
what are you gonna do?
they look very bouncy. I always appreciate that.
You know what it is.
Yeah, it's a nice trailer. I feel like it's a nice trailer, but when you start thinking about like this too, that has like the really cool QTEs. Like these QTEs are cool, but like how often is this gonna happen? You know what I mean? Honestly, shooting in a lot of gachas suck. To be fair, this is true. This is also true. I've heard Charlotta plays really well, but that's a specific character, not like a whole like gimmick or whatever.
Fairy tales mean something else to us.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
Author.
It's a cool trailer, but I feel like if I genuinely think about like how this game would like play, right? I just don't know if it has like lasting power. I think they're like, yeah, they started it's the whole street thing. And that's how they started the fight. Wow, they're good. Yeah, it's like, it looks cool, but like, how many times are you gonna like honestly want to do this? Also FPS drop, but I'm sure they'll be fixed maybe. Yeah, the animation looks so bad. Not bad, but like, not special compared to like all the other animations that look good. It's so weird. I don't know. I know I'm being very picky, but like, I feel like we're just at a point in time where like 50 million billion trillion gotchas are coming out, and like, you gotta pick and choose your battles, you know what I mean? You gotta pick and choose your battles of just like what you want to try and what you don't want to try. And so I feel like I have to be honest about all these like things that I'm like seeing or whatever. Like in terms of like quality stuff, I feel like the only quality gotchas coming out are like, what's the one that looks like Xenoblade? Enfield? I feel like Enfield looks like it's gonna be good. I have high hopes for the Azure Lane dev one. I forget what that one's called. Azure Promalia. I feel like Azure Promalia is gonna be pretty good. Those two I have them, and Anata. I think those three are the ones I had the most confidence in. Anata, Azure Promalia, and Enfield? I think it's Enfield. Those three I have the most promise in. But stuff like this, it's like, oh man, this looks cool, this looks nice, but like, you know, how much in here is like actually like interesting and like you'll want to go? Like, how's the daily grind, right? The first exploration is always going to be good, but when you're done your first exploration, is anything going to be interesting anymore? That's kind of what I'm asking. Yeah, Anata is Project Mugen. Yeah. Anata's Project Mugen, I think, yeah, I have high hopes in that one. I feel like they're putting a lot of effort in that. Azure Promalia, I can see it doing a lot of good decisions, except for the not making any male playable characters. And then Enfield, yeah, same thing. I just think they're putting a lot of effort into Enfield. Yeah, I think all the ones that I have confidence in, they're adding more to the formula, or they're adding more things that other games don't do. Like, simply Azure Promalia having like the farming thing with the Pokemon, like that's all it needed to be like unique. And like, I could see people endlessly being in love with that and like keeping going ahead with that. But nothing in like this game feels like super unique in the sense of just like, okay, after day 10, will I still enjoy doing this? Because I feel like, yeah, there's nothing in this game that feels like, oh, after day 10, I'm still going to enjoy doing this. Also, hello, freaking reverse 1999 menus. I just noticed that. Enfield's not on my list. I'm not going to play Enfield because I don't really like the Xenoblade battle system, but I can acknowledge that it looks like it's going to be really good. Competition is always welcome. I agree competition is more welcome, but it has to be good competition. Something being good just for trailers or like good for like a week or a month gets you in a Tower of Fantasy situation. And I fell for it once, but I'm not falling for it again. From what I can tell, this game's gimmick might be trying to do an OG Assassin's Creed thing with like stealth sub-detection. Yeah, and I think that's cool. My only criticism is like, after you've been playing it for like a week or a month, is that still going to be interesting? Because like after you finish, like what's the daily grind going to look like, right? I think what makes games like this a success is like, how does the daily grind feel? If they can make the daily grind enjoyable, they can make it work, but once people are done with everything that they need to do, if there's like nothing to do, then it's just like, it's gonna feel like blah. But yeah, I do agree with like the vibe that they're going for, like any of the actual like story stuff or like the important things that they want to do seems like it looks cool, but like, yeah, just don't feel like it has any lasting power. Yeah, it's novel, right? Exactly, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it like the important things about it seem like stuff like this, right? Like, how interesting is this gonna be, like, after you do it the first couple times? Is it gonna feel like a chore after the first couple times? Like, it looks cool right now because, like, oh my goodness, this looks so intense. And I've never seen this in a game, but, like, is it gonna be interesting after a while? I don't know. That's kind of more so what I'm saying. And the actual gameplay stuff just kind of looks just fine. There's nothing, like, crazy about the gameplay where I'm just like, yo, let's go. It just looks pretty fine. I don't know. It's almost like a slower pace, like Zenless or like Withering Waves. I would say the gameplay looks like, to me at least, it just looks like a slower paced Zenless or Withering Waves. But anyway, yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents about this game. I saw everybody hyping it. Oh man, it's the new Genshin killer, bro. It's the Genshin killer, And it's like, all right. I feel like you're making this game probably worse by calling it the Genshin killer. I feel like just calling it that makes it worse. It's the Genshin killer. All right, I think that's enough for me. It's about time we pop out of there. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to talk down all these games to be like, oh man, the Meteor Falcon only likes Hoyo games, or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, okay, I definitely do like a lot of Hoyo games, but it's because they have a standard of quality. And I feel like using a standard of quality to compare the things is something that you should be doing. So you do have companies like the Wuthering Wave devs who actually did listen to some degree of what people were complaining about in Wuthering Waves' version, like 1.0, which was, I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty terrible. And they're like, look at Wuthering Waves now. It's an absolutely fantastic game. Gameplay footage? What, for this game? Yeah, it came out. We were looking at it earlier. Yeah, I was just talking about it. This was out 3 days ago. It's been out for a while. Yeah, I caught a lot of QTEs. Yeah, and it's like, how are these QTEs gonna feel like after you've done them hundreds of times, you know? Is it still gonna feel like engaging or interesting, or is it just like a spectacle for the moment? I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Again, not to rain on people's parade. If people want to be hype, be hype. If you want to be excited, be excited. I just don't think that like this game's doing anything that interesting. I think it's doing some cool stuff. It's doing some neat stuff. Again, novel is a good word. It's doing a lot of novel things that I think are pretty cool and pretty neat, but nothing like that interesting or nothing that new that makes it really stand that much apart that I can't see in like other games or can't get for other games. Now, 2 likes of the party people aren't tired of Genshin and Wuthering Waves yet? Yeah. Yeah, Wuthering Waves was able to make a splash and keep the splash, at least to some degree, because the dev team is so good. Or seemingly so good. It seems that they listen a lot, which is very respectable. Even though I do think that there's inherent problems with it, Wuthering Waves, but whatever, I've said that before. The game looks could be as if the satisfaction loop is like, keep it like Sekiro style. Yeah, it definitely has like that Sekiro style, like Bloodborne, kind of like Dark Souls a little bit. It definitely has that vibe. Which again, it just feels like a one playthrough type game. Like this would be great for a single player game, but for a gacha, oh my gosh, what is it called? For a live service, I don't know if it works for live service. That's mostly my point when it comes to this game. This game looks like it would do really well for a single player game, not so much a live service game. Is another way to put it. I thought this was single player? Ew, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think people are overhyping this. I think people are overhyping it because it has style. It has style. I will give it that too. This has style. It's got flair. But I think it's all skin deep. I think it's all skin deep.